Hello and welcome, all friends and devotees of yoga and Buddhism. Today is June the 26th, 2019. June the 26th, 2019 is a Wednesday today. I'm just going to continue reading from the resources of the great Master Xingyung's writings. Master Xingyung is the founder of the Fo Guangsheng Foundation. These are very profound wisdom. I read, you listen. In the Analects of Confucius, Confucius told his disciple Zhigang that his broad and deep knowledge came from connecting all with one. The truths about every matter in the world are actually interconnected. By grasping one truth, everything will be clear. By understanding how one thing works and applying it to different situations, we will appreciate how everything functions. Thus, the renowned Chinese scholar Cheng Yi said, "From within ourselves, we can appreciate the truth of all phenomena." The following illustrations explain how we can connect all matters with one principle. All dishonest people, this is the first one. I call them the golden keys from the great master, Venerable Master Xingyung, the founder of Fo Guangsheng. For those who are not very familiar with Master Xingyung, Fo Guangsheng, the foundation established by Master Xingyung, is historically the foundation that brought Buddhism to Africa through the great Nanhua Buddhist Foundation in Johannesburg, South Africa, and the African Buddhist Seminary over there, currently teaching young Africans about Buddhism. Write this down. 1. All dishonest people are inevitably hypocritical in their flattery. Okay? The scholar Chu Yang Xiu said, "Gentlemen make friends with gentlemen based on morals. The petty make friends with the petty based on profit." This is the wisdom from the great master. The latter are always greedy for fame and fortune. They are hypocritical since their speech is flattering and their behavior cunning. Once they meet people with power and money, they latch onto them through flattery. Such is the conduct of petty people. The ancients said petty people follow their cravings. Their smooth relationship with others is motivated by their desire for personal profit. They speak words of honey, but always bear a knife within, ready at any time to deal harm to others. Therefore, we must be cautious in dealing with such people. These discoveries I made, folks, you can compare it to the discoveries of Mr. Carter, the British archaeologist, Mr. Howard Carter, who discovered the golden treasures in Egypt. The golden treasures, the golden remains of Tutankhamun. You can imagine how he felt when he ran into gold. These things are really golden when you sit down and you meditate upon them, as the Buddha advised. The Buddha said you should reflect and meditate on wisdom. Always practice meditation every day. And that is the solution for the suffering of the world. Human beings are just suffering and they remain ignorant. They can't delve, they can't do anything. They are helpless. They believe maybe they need to fight and kill themselves to solve the problem. It still does not. Their suffering continues. So the Buddha gave the solution. All human beings, the most intelligent human beings, they need to sit down and they need to practice meditation, reflection and meditation. This is the solution that the Buddha taught his followers. 2, write this down. All rivers are inevitably winding. It is impossible for the creeks, brooks, streams, and rivers of the world to flow straight all the way. They flow from their origins high up in the mountains, and coming across obstacles such as rocks and trees, they branch out. Or if there are interlocking hills and valleys, they will wind around them as they flow. Therefore, we sometimes describe rivers as bent and crooked like slithering snakes. So too is our life. No one in this world can finish the journey of life so smoothly each step of the way, unobstructed by wind and waves. However, if we can be like rivers, we can still seek new ways and channels in spite of obstacles. As we progress with courage, we need have no fear that we cannot reach our destination. 3. Hope you're writing down, folks. Just occupy yourself, writing through. All trees in a forest inevitably support one another. According to the saying, a single shred of silk does not make a thread. A single tree does not make a forest. When numerous trees support and embrace each other, they can form a great forest. Behind every success in this world, there are always the fruition of various causes and conditions. For instance, our ancestors developed land, and kings and emperors founded dynasties. In addition, all the daily necessities we need in life, such as founding of a business enterprise, the establishment of a family, or the cooking of a meal, are the result of the cooperation and hard work of many people. 4. All peace and joy comes from being carefree. The source of happiness is not material pleasures, nor is it found in the praise of others or how much wealth we possess. Joy in life comes from being carefree. Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva is called in Chinese Guanzizai, which means observing and carefree. In observing people, events, circumstances, and the mind, Avalokitesvara can appreciate the empty nature of them all, and thus becomes carefree. If we too can be this way, we will not be anxious or remorseful. We will not be afraid of loss, greed, or desire. Consequently, we will be able to live in grace and contentment. Life lacks peace when we are not carefree. And so if we want peace and joy, we must first seek a carefree mind. Now, Master Singyung summarizes here, if we can apply the truth of connecting with one in life, we can certainly connect with all truths in the world. This will enable us to devise strategies to win any battle, even when we are 1,000 miles away. Folks, this is just one out of 400 masterpieces of wisdom, which I discovered a few months ago and said, I'm going to publish it so that folks like you can benefit from this great teaching. We need to take it seriously. We are investigators, we are researchers, scholars, and we need to investigate wisdom and knowledge in order to be able to make discoveries and advance human knowledge and progress. Namo Amitofo.